Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. In today's episode we will be carrying out the building of the internal stud wall, but what I want to do is give a massive shout out to everyone who's recently subscribed. It is really appreciated, and if you haven't yet, then I would ask you to please consider subscribing. I will actually be doing a giveaway in the next episode for new and existing subscribers, so definitely look out for that, but we'll get into the video. Cheers. Right, okay, so the way we're starting it, what I'm doing is measuring where I want the wall to stop against the back wall, so we're going to mirror it. This wall is where I want it to stop is actually 2 meters dead, as you can see there. So this is the stud that I want it to connect with. So what I've done is I've got my bottom plate measured and marked 2 meters. So got my measurement there for 2 meters. I've not measured the top plate yet because, as I said, that might be slightly off, but what I want to do is measure the width of these two so the side plate can sit in, or actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I could take 1.5 inches, so the width for these is 1.5 inches, so 2 of them together is 3 inches. What I could do, depending on how you want to stick them together, you could have your upright connecting at the end, which means that you want to cut the bottom plate 1.5 inches shorter just to make up the depth as you connect into the side, which is probably going to be an easier way of doing it. So it'll be easier for you to get your top measurements. So what I'll do is I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off this mark here, so I'll put my upright and connect it to the side, screw it into the side there, so it'll be nice and stable that way. And then that'll be easier for me to get my measurement for the top plate, and I'll do exactly the same for the back side plate there. Right, so got to put a vapor barrier underneath this section. It's not a necessity, but we're just going to do it just for belts and braces. We've gotten that upright, we've done this one. These are 2 different lengths because of the slope in the ceiling. So what I'll do is I'll pin those together, get this one sitting flush, and then I can measure the distance from there to there at the top, and then I can cut down the top plate, get that screwed in, and then we can start doing the center sections. And then that way we know where we are, and then we can do the internal uprights, then the noggins, and then we know where we are, and then yeah. Right, so we're continuing on with the internal stud wall. What I've done, I've attached a vapor barrier, and I've also fed the electrical cable. This is a 2.5 twin and earth. Fed it through the wall up there, so this is where we'll have a number of sockets, and effectively it'll end up connecting to that cable there into this wall, and that will feed round into the fuse board. Now if the electrician decides that he wants to do a ring circuit as opposed to a radial, then what we can do, where the final socket ends, I won't connect this bit of vapor barrier, we'll run it up there and then across the corner to the back up to the socket there. What I've done is I've mounted that one there, and I've placed this against, it's literally just touching against the top there. I've leveled this side, and then I've got my measurement required for the top brace. So this is going to be an internal stud. So what I'll do is when I'm fixing, I'll just place this against there to support that side as I bolt that side in, and then I can screw that side, and then we've got our full frame, and then we can just get the internal uprights completed. And then that will be that wall pretty much done. Then we'll do a secondary wall there, which will separate the shed to the storage cupboard, and then this from this entire wall would be the outbuilding sort of office section. So the desk will sit here, and yeah, we'll keep it moving. So just put the top brace in, and then that'll be me for the day. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take off the excess DPC around the build, because what we want to then do is put a bead of silicone, acoustic silicone, all the way around the edge, just to block up any sort of gaps. Bear in mind, it should have compressed, the weight of the building should have compressed the wood into the concrete, but we want to prevent any sound transmission and making it airtight as possible. We've built the wall now. We've got the plasterboard that arrived today, along with the MDF sheet that's going to be used for the door, which is going to go here, and then the electrician to come, make sure all the wiring is okay, he's happy with it, and then we can get the plasterboard into place. The inside of the shed bit is going to be OSB as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is get the Stanley knife, pull off all the excess DPC, and then fill that with silicone.